It's a hot topic in boxing. So, a lot of people can't stop talking about it. I can't stop talking about it. But let me hit you with an angle that a lot of people is not talking about it, that a lot of people is missing about this Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman and assessing their skills. Now, let me say this. Of course, we live in a time and an age, especially in boxing, is what have you done for me lately? I can understand that. I can understand that with casual. I can understand that. We live in a speed world where everybody want their instant gratification, want their instant information. We forget about everything right away. We look at today and forget about yesterday. That's how it is, and that's how it is in boxing. And for me, I don't. I could still look at a fight today and assess this fight and compare it to 1970s. To about in 1970s, I could compare the history of boxing. I could compare the strategic plans and how promoters and how managers and advisors strategically build their career, go about their career, and et cetera, et cetera. So just by assessing the what have you done for me lately, because I think that's what it is. I think everybody, a lot of people is hyped by Errol Spence. Woo! They hype by Errol Spence, how he's doing, how he's knocking people out, how he's stopping people. His constant aggression is like a machine. He don't stop. He keeps going. The high volume punches. I get that. But sometimes we got to slow down. Sometimes we got to think with our head and not with our hearts. Sometimes it's just like Crawford said in First Take. Your eyes might lie to you. So this is what I see. And this is not taking nothing away from either fighters. Some people look at Keith Thurman, and a lot of people probably went with the persona and with the nickname one time, that they think that one time means if I hit you one time, you're going down. If I hit you one time and you ain't go down, that's not your name, man. That's a fake ass nickname. What you talking about? One time, man. You hit that dude, he don't go down. When's the last time he knocked somebody out? Come on, man. Let's be very smart about this. Let's stop being trollers, man. Come on, man. It's getting outdated already with the trolls and the hating. Come on, man. Look, one time means that if he hits you, the way that he hits you, if he connects with a power punch, with that power punch, it only takes one power punch for you to change your game plan, for you to wake up and say, whoa, this is some different shit. That's what one time means. If you look at the Porter fight, you saw Porter, he started out with the jab. When he got hit with that first power punch, forget about the jab, forget about boxing. I am brawling this dude. When Danny Garcia got hit with that first crack, and remember, if you look at the first round, Danny Garcia, the first minute was actually winning that first round. Once he got with that power punch, the whole fight, Danny Garcia, until the 12th round that he got some hard, he know he was losing, so fuck it, I got nothing to lose. I'm just gonna fling away. And if you hear the press conference with Danny Swift Garcia, he said, I was timid, I was looking for the counter, and he didn't throw too much, paraphrasing. Because he got hit with that first power punch that made him change his whole mindset. Whoa, I'm in a different league now. So this is how I assess what have you done for me lately. If you look at Errol Spence, he's been doing the same thing, stopping people. Good. That's what you're supposed to do. That it even excites the fans. But then I look at the opponent and what he's doing. I'm looking at the opponent what Keith is doing. See, I'm not looking at Keith Thurman like, oh man, he ain't knocking nobody out. Shit. Some fans, you got to think about this is a 12th round bout. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's boxing. It's more than being knocked out. A lot of people can't respect the art of boxing and the technique and the chess game of boxing. So this is what I see in Keith Thurman. What I see in Keith Thurman, I'm not knocking him that he's not knocking people out. I'm not knocking that. What I see in Keith Thurman, that he's become a complete fighter. If you look at his critique, and I've said it in other channels and other videos and other comment boxes, if you look at the way he used to fight and win his fights by knocking people out. That's what he's been known for that since the amateur. He's been known since the amateur. The critique was, can he box at the elite level? Maybe that's why he couldn't make the Olympic team, because the ability to box, the ability to throw a jab, he didn't even throw a jab. He was a slugger, and that was his critique. Can he box in the elite level? Box, be a technician. And if you look at Keith Thurman, he has gotten better and better before our eyes. You can't cut and paste Keith Thurman. Look at every fight, and he's won it in a different way. He's won it a different way. One shot to the body. Everybody talk about Errol Spence, that he got body. He works the body. But you know what? Keith Thurman got that one punch to the body that he'll put you down. It doesn't need no accumulation. That's the difference between TKO power and the difference between KO power. TKO power is Errol Spence. KO power is Keith Thurman. Now, everybody got a smartphone. Everybody got a YouTube. Go to YouTube and show me, since Errol Spence is known for body work, show me who has put people down more by throwing a body shot, by landing a body shot, Keith Thurman or Errol Spence. Go look it up. Facts is facts. And when he throws it, he hits you, boom, and you go down. It's no accumulation. It's he placed that shot, boom, and you go down. Now, Errol Spence, he overwhelms you. He overwhelms you. The thing about Errol Spence is he's a forward fighter. I say he's a forward fighter, which is good. It works for him. Look at the success that he's having. But I see the difference is that he's still stopping people, which is great. But the thing about Keith Thurman, he just ain't stopping people no more. Been there, done that. Now he's outboxing people. And he's outboxing people by actually surprising people. You know what I'm saying? People's not getting that. Of course, boxing, just like Floyd Mayweather. I'm not comparing it. I'm just saying that once Floyd Mayweather just started boxing, not knocking people out, not having just pop shot, and not really even bruising fighters, people started booing it because that's not fun. But you know what? That's boxing. That's the sweet science. That's still part of the sport. Of course, the knockouts is more exciting, and that's going to draw more crowds and more casuals, right? But for me, and maybe y'all got to take this into consideration. If y'all respect the sport, y'all take it into consideration. If y'all just casual and y'all just want to be bloody, y'all just got a barbaric mind and just want to, and y'all booing in the third round, boo! If y'all don't see people just swinging, if y'all don't see phone booth fighting, all right, you're not gonna respect this. But a more dangerous fighter is not a knockout artist; is a complete fighter. That's more dangerous than anything else. And that's why I have Keith Thurman beating Errol Spence. Not because I think that Errol Spence or Keith Thurman is that much better than one another. It's not that individually. I don't think that. I think Errol Spence is real good. I think Keith Thurman is real good. But in matchup with Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, I have Keith Thurman because he has more ways to win. He's a more complete fighter. You can't cut and paste him. With Errol Spence, even though he's been winning his fights with stoppages, I only see one way. I see a forward fighter with a high accumulation of punches, with a jab, average defense. Another way that is different. The difference between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman is Keith Thurman implements the science of boxing more than Errol Spence. Keith Thurman actually moves around the ring generalship. He actually goes by get hit and not get hit. Errol Spence doesn't implement that in his game. He's forward. He's coming at you. Accumulation. He's not worried about too much defense. But with a smart fighter like Keith Thurman, like a Bud Crawford, he's going to have a problem in mind. If everybody comes with their A game, he's going to have problems with movement, because if you look at Errol Spence since the amateurs, it's not that he's bad against unstationary boxers. Is that's where he has the most trouble. Yes, he has success, but that's what gives him more problem. It gives him more of a long time to get, to time his opponent. And you can even see it in one fight in the Olympics. Those 4 rounds, it took his time. He couldn't do it. he would just come forward. He fights the same way that you see in the amateurs. He fights the same way. There's no difference in his game. You know, just more experience. That's it. But Keith Thurman, you could look at his fights from this first televised fight that you could see until now, and it's two different dudes. It's a slugger and a boxer. And he's showing you in the Porter fight and the Danny Garcia fight, I could slug with you and I could outbox you. I could throw you at adjustments. I could go with I could hit you with right hands and be, you know, faithful with the right hand, and then I start catching your body shots with my elbow and shoot the uppercut. A lot of people's really not talking about the technique of boxing. A lot of people just saying, oh, Errol Spence is just too much. He's just good. If you go by the technique of boxing and let me know why you think, you just can't say, oh, Errol Spence is going to cut the ring off, and then that's it. And Keith Thurman is weak to the body, and that's it. It's over. No, it's not that simple. Keith Thurman is just not going to be like, hey, I'm going to be stuck in a corner right here. I'm going to put my arms up, and you're just going to hit me in the ribs. No, it's not going to be like that. If Sean Porter, which I think is probably the most athletic guy, should be a football guy, so he does way more workouts. If he's probably the most athletic guy with footwork, not saying boxing footwork, but he's very athletic. If he had problems with Thurman and cutting the ring off, and you know, be faithfully and consistently cutting the ring off, Errol Spence ain't better than Porter in trying to cut the ring off, in my opinion. Yeah, he got the length. Yeah, he's a forward fighter. Yeah, maybe when he pins down, he uses he throws better punches and stuff like that. But to keep you on the pressure. That's what Porter is. So Keith Spence might be a little smarter, but then that still gives Thurman time. I just think that tools versus tools in that matchup, Thurman got too much. The difference between now that people don't like Thurman is that he's actually boxing. He's actually become a complete fighter. And for me, that is more dangerous. The more dangerous thing is to be unpredictable. You can't even look at a tape and be like, oh, I'm expecting this. Damn, I'm expecting this. He might do this. He might do that. That's what makes it hard. And that's what got Keith Thurman winning. Now, if you tell me Keith Thurman versus Bud Crawford, that's the ultimate chess match. Everybody's talking about Errol Spence and Crawford. Nah, I'm telling you. Crawford and Thurman will outbox Spence. Now, maybe Spence will outpower Bud, but he cannot outpower Thurman. That's why I have Thurman beating Spence. I have Crawford actually 50-50 with Thurman, and I maybe have a little edge on Spence versus Crawford, which brings me to the new golden era of boxing. And people should be happy and appreciative that these fighters are going to begin fighting each other. And they already have started fighting each other with Porter and Thurman, Garcia and Thurman, Kell Brook and Errol Spence. Let's appreciate these fighters. Let's stop hating. If we're going to critique them good. Let's analyze it. Have a good analogy about their technique and go by the matchup and stop trolling. Look at it and fairly criticize or debate about it or analyze it. And man, it's going to be good because everybody going to love to watch this.